And now our person of the week. We noticed in the latest National Geographic a golden anniversary for the adventurous Jane Goodall and her chimpanzees together. And by the way, we learned from her she loved animals from her first encounter with earthworms.
My mother tells this story of coming up to my room when I was 1.5 years old. And she found I'd taken a whole handful of earthworms to bed with me. And instead of getting mad, she just said very, very quietly, they'll die if you leave them here. They need the earth. So together we took them back into the garden.
And those earthworms were the beginning of a child's distant dream. As she grew, there was no money for a college education. So at her mother's suggestion, Jane Goodall took a secretarial course and got a job with a man named Louis Leakey, the most famous paleontologist of his day. And he decided to send his quiet but intuitive assistant on a mission to Tanzania, a mission of patience.
It was a crazy idea, most people thought. This young girl, no degree, out in a potentially dangerous situation. But in the end, they said, all right, but she must have a companion. So who volunteered to come? My same amazing mother.
And there they were, 1960, Gombe Stream National Park. Jane Goodall climbs up and approaches the lair of the chimpanzees. It was not mutual love at first sight.
My first encounters with the chimpanzees were disastrous, because they ran away. They took one look at this white ape that had arrived and would flee.
For 1.5 months, she would spend the day just sitting from 6 in the morning until dusk at night, quietly. Until finally an older male, Jane called him David Greybeard, decided to move a little closer, and then closer still to the white ape. After that encounter, the others inched toward her too, and so for 2.5 decades, she watched the chimpanzees, kissing, embracing, patting each other on the back, supportive bonds between mothers and their babies. And something else she saw was going to rock the scientific world. She witnessed her new friend, David Greybeard, stripping the leaves off a twig and using it as a tool to catch termites.
At that time, we were just defined as, the only tool-making creature on the planet, man the toolmaker.
She sent a telegram to her mentor, Louis Leakey, who sent back a famous response that all of us must, quote, accept chimpanzees as man by definition, or else redefine man.
We differ in the structure of DNA by only just over 1%, that you could get a blood transfusion from a chimp if you match the blood group, the similarity in the brain, and obviously that similarity of brain structure is going to mean similarity in intellectual performance.
And at 76, Jane Goodall is still discovering and teaching the lessons that build that quiet bridge between man and our closest relative on Earth.
It teaches us so clearly that we are not separate from the rest of the animal kingdom, but part of it.
And so we choose Jane Goodall, who is still crisscrossing the globe and never spending more than 3 weeks in one place, looking, of course, to open human eyes.